All right, so one Marvel Cinematic Universe show down. We're going to go on to the next one. Now, that one's going to be premiering in January, but the one we got coming out after that is one of my absolute favorite shows on television. It has been since it premiered on Netflix a while back, and that, of course, is Daredevil. Daredevil was brought back last year, titled Daredevil Born Again. Same characters playing the title Daredevil, Kingpin. Uh, of course, we got John Bernthal as Punisher. We got our faves back, man. Well, one of the pivotal characters in this past season, and is going to have an even huger part going into the second season. That, of course, is going to be Bullseye. Bullseye is one of Daredevil's most popular villains besides Kingpin. But one of the fuss about a line, and for individuals who are a fan of Daredevil, the comics, being brought to life here, was, man, when are we going to get a comic accurate Bullseye suit? We didn't get it with the movie with Ben Affleck. We haven't got it yet in Daredevil. And then, of course, Daredevil Born Again. We did see him in a suit where he was wearing a blue mask, blue type of like Kevlar type of outfit. That was at the very beginning of the season where him and Daredevil are brawling and fighting. And Daredevil kicks his ass off the roof. He kills his best friend. I get it, but man, I think us Daredevil fans, Marvel fans, we're going to be in for a treat for this new season coming out next year. So, today, now this is a leak, okay? It says we get our first look at Bullseye's comic accurate costume in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. Man, let's check it out, man. All right, so here is a actual comic accurate version of his outfit. See it there? We got the white. You got the knife in his hand, the white gloves. You got the big bullseye on the head, right? And you see kind of the the white outline right there around the neck. Pretty sweet, to be honest, right? Pretty sweet. I always think it's a very, very cool costume. So here is our first look at Wilson Bethel as Bullseye's comic accurate picture. Now, he's not wearing a mask, okay? So we're curious to see, what that's going to look like. However, if you do look, he's got the line right there. It's gray, of course. It's got the little knife there. This is looking a lot more comic accurate than what we've been getting in that regard. But what great casting, for Daredevil and Daredevil Born Again. I'm so glad that they didn't decide to kind of like redo it. They brought back Charlie Cox. They're bringing back Wilson Bethel. You brought back Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. I mean, it was peak television, when those guys were on the screen. All 3 seasons were awesome, especially season 1 was in bonkers, right? Season 2 upped the ante. Daredevil displays some of the best choreography and best fight scenes of any television series that I've ever witnessed. Just as my opinion, you can more than welcome to, give your opinion on that in the comments below. But just from the action, the realism, we haven't seen comic books movies done like this, besides of course the Dark Knight with that dark grittiness. But, and then I'm so glad with last season, they also kept that, they kept the violence, they kept the gritty. They, there were some episodes you could feel where it looks like there was episodes that were filmed where you felt like, oh man, this is kind of what they were going to do, but they end up going a totally different direction, as we all know, prior. And then the way the season ended, holy shit, those last 2 to 3 episodes were just fantastic. We got Punisher being taken, Punisher releasing himself, Kingpin pretty much has lockdown of the city of New York. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be like that within the next year or so. But instead of Kingpin, we got Zoran the Moron. So that's going to be pretty interesting, but he had the city on lockdown. He had martial law be in place. I mean, he has this task force that he made to hunt down these vigilantes. So I'm very curious what they're going to do. And then the way the season ended when you got Daredevil, he's like, man, we got to form our own team. Which I think is going to be a hint at the Defenders. So hopefully we're going to get Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. That's going to be sick. We got Bullseye joining. We got Punisher hopefully shows up. But what I'm most excited about is when are we going to integrate Spider-Man with these characters? Holy shit, man. I would love for Daredevil to be in Brand New Day. I understand Spider-Man's too big for the small screen, but man, maybe a little cameo wouldn't hurt. But guys, what do you guys think of this costume? I want to see the mask, man. I want to see the mask. I want to see the bullseye on the head. I think that's going to be sick. But let me hear your guys' comments down below. What do you guys think of this comic accurate suit? Do you think it is comic accurate? Do you still not like it? I would prefer just a carbon copy of it, man. That's what I want. But can't always get what we wish for. But let me hear your guys' thoughts down below.